What's up, friends? Today I'm going to show every single power-up location in Super Mario Bros. 35, all the mushrooms / fire flowers, all the stars, even all the 1-ups, because those are really useful too. So we're just going to go to practice mode, go through every single level, starting with 1-1. You probably know where these are already, but if you don't, I'll show you. And you especially might not know where all the power-ups are in some later levels, so thought this would be pretty useful for you. Here's a hidden 1-up. If there's anything in this level you probably don't know about, that might be it. There's also a star right here, super useful, especially because you get this level a lot. And then that does it. That is all the power-ups that are in 1-1. Okay, in 1-2, there are some decently hidden power-ups, so a couple you might not know about. First mushroom you probably do. Then over here we do have a star right up here. That's really useful as well. And then over here, there is a fire flower. But that's not all! Then you have the 1-up up here. And then finally, there is another power-up right at the end. Right down here. One really good way to get it is by bouncing off this guy. But alternatively, you can like break a block and then jump up like that. So yep, that's it for 1-2. Alright, only one power-up in 1-3, and I like to do a neat little trick with it called a power-up jump. You have to not be holding jump when you grab a power-up mid-air, and then start holding it during this animation, and that lets you buffer a jump out of it, and basically jump mid-air. So it's a really cool technique. You can do that on any power-up. I like to do it there to get up to the platform. And yep, that's all for 1-3. 1-4 only has one power-up, and it's right at the start. Very obvious, but it's right here. If you grab it really fast, you can get down before the fire bar hits you, but you probably want to wait it out because it's pretty tight. Alright, 2-1 has a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to show you where all of it is. It's a really good stage, and knowing where all this type of stuff is in the game is going to really help you win matches, because obviously if you're Big Mario and you get hit, you don't die. If you get fireballs, that really helps clear out a ton of enemies when they get sent your way. There's a star right here. Stuff like this will help you build up tons of time, just plow through lots of enemies, especially help you last the longest at the end of a match. And yeah, imagine you get hit and then you just can basically immediately power it back up to Fire Mario because you just know where all the power-ups are. The last one's right here. Even I messed it up. It's a little tricky to get. You have to get enough speed and crouch jump off this block. So, yep, it's a little bit tricky, but there you go. That's everything in 2-1. There's not actually any power-ups in 2-2, but I figure I'll just take the opportunity to share some things about water levels that you might not know. The first one is that when you swim over the big pits, there's something called the whirlpool that pulls you down. You can see I'll fall faster and the physics get kind of weird until I get out of it. The second one is that bloopers can't actually hit you if you're on the ground. So they will never go low enough to hit you. And you might have already known those things, but did you know that if you hold the swim button, you will drop faster than if you just tap it? So you can see I get kind of a bigger swim before he starts falling if I just tap the button. But if you hold it, he does like a smaller swim and it starts dropping really soon after. So yeah, you might not have known that. Alright, there's one power-up in 2-3. I'm gonna have to run for a bit and dodge some sheeps till we get there. And it is right here. If you can grab it quickly, it's your best bet, because yeah, those guys come after you while you're trying to get it. But that's all for 2-3. Alright, 2-4, another castle stage that just has its one single power-up right at the beginning. Very hard to miss. That's all for 2-4. There's a whole bunch of power-ups to get in 3-1. First one is a little tricky because of these Koopas, but that's one way to do it. The next one is hidden down this pipe. And you have to be Big Mario for this one, because you need to be able to break blocks. And there's that. Once we get outside, there is a 1-up hidden on the bridge. An invisible block right there. And I'm actually going to take damage so I can show how to get this star if you're Small Mario. The easiest way is to stand right on the edge here and jump right before you touch the wall. That gets just enough speed to be able to make it. Next one is right here. One easy way past this part, you can actually just jump straight up to there. And then the final power-up is right here. that's all the stuff in 3-1. 3-2 has 1 power-up and 1 star. So the first one, immediately right here, we get the mushroom. And then the star is right up here. You can take that, you can kill a whole bunch of enemies. That's everything in 3-2. Alright, another stage with 1 power-up. It is this question mark block right here. And that's all the power-ups in 3-3. Alright, 1 power-up in 3-4. Right after this first set of Podoboos, it is in the middle block. You get your power-up, and that's all for this stage. Alright, a few things to grab in 4-1, and it's actually going to be the only level I'm going to have to show 2 different parts of. There's a power-up in a pipe, and if you go down the pipe, you can't get the power-up that's just past the pipe. So first we're going to grab this one up. And then that's the pipe you should go in to get one of the power-ups. The other one's right here. And to show the one in the pipe, we're going to have to rewind a little bit. Alright, we're back here at the pipe that we can go down to get the final power-up. Gonna have to do a little bit of a duck jump to get it if you're Big Mario. But yep, that is all the power-ups in 4-1. Okay, there are quite a few in 4-2. 1 mushroom here. 1 fire flower there. And we're gonna have 1 star over here. And believe it or not, there are still 2 more power-ups. 1 there. And then finally, the last one is over here. There you go. There's all of them. 4-3 is going to be short and sweet. We just run right over here to grab the one and only power-up in this level. That's it. We're skipping over 4-4 because there's no power-ups there, and they're pretty scarce in 5-1 as well. No proper power-ups, but there is a star that we can grab, and that is right over here. There's the star, and that's it for here. There haven't been many power-ups on the last 2 stages, but we'll make up for that on this one. We've got a mushroom here, and then there's more where that came from. We do have to do a little bit of running first, though. Once we get past all of these Hammer Bros, over here we will find Fire Flower, and then there's yet another power-up right over here. That's all of them in 5-2. 5-3 and 5-4 are repeats of 1-3 and 2-4, so we already covered those. Alright, 6-1. One of the most interesting looking stages in my opinion. Has a mushroom right here. And then there's a 1-up hidden behind this staircase over here. Ouch. Finally, we're gonna get a mushroom down here. And there you go. That's all for 6-1. Okay, 6-2 has a whole bunch of pipes to go in. Doesn't have quite as many power-ups as you might expect, but there are still a couple. First one's right here. And then the next one is not for a little while. It's gonna be over here. You can grab a star. And then the final power-up is in this pipe. Another one like this where you'll have to crouch jump in there. That's all for 6-2. Okay, 1 power-up in 6-3, and it's a little bit tricky to grab, but I'll show you the best way to do it. You want to get on the right side of this platform, so you can just jump and then jump. And that makes it really easy to get. I skipped over 6-4 because it's just a repeat of 1-4. So now we're in 7-1. If you're trying to get a fire flower at this point, you can bounce off of an enemy to get up here. So even if it's a fire flower that comes out of that block, you can still get that power up. There's going to be 2 more things to show in this level. First one is right past this first set of Hammer Bros. There's a 1-up. And then past the second set of Hammer Bros, there's going to be another power up. So that is right over here. And that's all the power-ups in 7-1. Okay, I skipped 7-2 and 7-3 because they're repeats of 2-2 and 2-3, and I skipped 7-4 because there's no power-ups in that stage. So now we're in 8-1, and there's no standard power-ups in this stage, but there's still a couple things to show. There's a 1-up right there. And then if we come over here, past this Koopa pit, there is a star right here. That's all the things you can get in 8-1. Alright, 8-2 has a 1-up and it has a regular power-up. First one is going to be right over here, above the spring. And then the regular power-up is going to be right over here. I can grab it. Alright, there's all the power-ups in 8-2. Despite being a pretty tough stage, there are 2 power-ups in 8-3, so if you can deal with the Hammer Bros well, it doesn't end up being too bad. They did speed up the Hammer Bros a lot in this game though, so they are pretty hard to fight. Okay, first power-up is top row, second from the right. And if we can kill the other set, we can get the other power-up. Okay, so it is second from the left. And that's where both the power-ups are in 8-3. There aren't actually any power-ups in 8-4, but I'm gonna do a sort of speedrun thing just to cap everything off. You can actually make the jump over this pit. It's a 3-frame window, probably don't want to do it mid-match. No way to wall jump in this game, but you can bounce high off the Parakoopa, so still a quick way to get up there. You can go through the tops of piranha plants if you hadn't noticed by now. Bloopers act really strange here. And I'm not really sure any super fast way to get through the last room. But there you go. There's all the power-up locations in Super Mario Bros. 35. Hopefully that helps you. And yeah, good luck in all your matches.